It's mid-March, the ice just came off the Wisconsin River, and we're going fishing for walleyes and saugers. Stick with us, it's going to be a good time.
Good shot. Feels alright. Doesn't feel too big. Another fish just pitching jigs. Alright, another little sauger. One came on a green jig in a minnow.
Alright, got a little nicer one on. We're just pitching. There's a sharp rock bluff that sticks out here, and we're just in the current break right behind it. We're getting some of these fish that are resting from the current, and we're finding some nicer fish. There's a good walleye. One of the nicer ones we've had so far today. He's probably a good 16, 17 inches, good legal fish. I'm gonna go ahead and throw him back. Let me show you the jig I'm using here. I'm just using a plain 3/8 ounce green sparkle jig. It's about 25 feet right in this where the current is kind of swirling and scouring out the deep water. So we're just pitching it up and just really slowly working it back. We've been getting a few. It's a lot of fun doing this. Alright, hooked another one here, vertical jigging. This one is on I believe a purple jig and a minnow. Yep. Another sauger. This one's got some really nice colors to it.
Getting rid of a few icebergs. They just keep coming. This on. Doesn't feel too big.
Alright, nice sauger.
This one was actually on the Shield brand. It's a 3/8 ounce jig. As you can see there, it's a 3/8, and it's got that little blade on the back. I think that's been triggering a little bit more of our better strikes here. I've been coming with that little blade on the back. So not sure exactly what it is yet, just bit it. Feels like it's something really nice. Gonna watch for icebergs coming down. Not sure what it is. Oh, is it a walleye?
It is a walleye.
Yeah, it's a walleye. It's not too big, but we're moving up current. It's not bad.
Biggest one of the day so far.
Not a bad little fish. Not too big, probably 15, 16 inches maybe. Snagged something here. We switched up what we're doing. We're jerking flies. I think it's a rod. Yep. Call it a rod.
Full rod and reel combo.
Rod and reel combo, pulling right out of the Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin River.
Alright, I'd like to show you guys the setups that we've been using to get these fish. As you've seen in the video, we've been using two techniques mainly to catch our fish. One is vertical jigging, the other one is pitching jigs. And I like to use two distinct different rods for each technique. For vertical jigging, I like a nice short rod. I'm using the 6-foot Shields tournament rod right here in a medium action. I like a nice short rod because it's easier to manage and you don't need a long rod when you're just vertical jigging. So a nice rod like this that's got a nice sensitive tip, but yet some good backbone when you bend it, a real fast action. So you got some good backbone to set the hook is really important for that. For pitching jigs, I like to use a much longer pole. Here I'm using the same Shields tournament setup, except for it's a 7-foot medium light rod versus the 6-foot. The reason why you want to use a longer rod when you're pitching jigs versus when you're vertical jigging is in order to get your jig out of ways and make a good long cast a longer rod does help you there. Also, when you get a bite and you go to set the hook, a longer rod allows you to pick up all the slack that's out there real fast and get a good hook set on the fish. Here you're looking for the same thing. You want a rod that's got a good backbone to it when you pull down on it, so when you set the hook, you got a good solid pull there and drive the hook right into the fish's mouths. So that's the setup we've been using. We've also been spooling these poles with fire line, and then we've been using a 15-pound fluorocarbon vanish leader with a little swivel there down to our jig. So it's a pretty basic setup, and that's what we've been using to get all these fish. Reeling one in here. We were just still pitching jigs up into some slack water. Sauger this time. We've been getting walleyes in this spot more so, but got a sauger here, probably about 13-14 inch sauger.